Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Do you guys like podcasts? Do you like segments? Do you like lifting and sometimes not lifting? Well, you're going to love this. It's episode 7, season 2 of the Massenomics podcast. My name's Tanner.
And my name's Tommy.
New cadence drop.
That one was pretty hot right there. That was really getting
This
everyone's attention.
Workshopping some different things in season 2. Just seeing how they go. I'm pretty happy with that so far. We'll
Yeah, that's a good one.
See how it goes from there. But do you guys like barbells? Do you like things from Texas? Do you like things that are really durable and built to last? Well, then you're going to love that this episode is brought to you by Texas Power Bars. If you ever walked into a serious gym before, this is a question I got for everyone. Have you ever walked into a serious gym and you grabbed a bar? You almost grab it without even thinking about it. Yeah, there's a pretty good chance that that's Texas Power Bar. They've been making barbells down there for decades, and they've pretty much stayed the course the entire time. They got the same feel, the same knurl, the same, this bar is never going to let you down vibe from Texas Power Bars. No gimmicks, no bullshit, no reinvention. They just make gradual improvements along the way. Just bars that are meant to be loaded heavy over and over and over again. We've got Texas Power Bars in Massenomics Gym, and they're the kind of bars you trust right away. You don't worry about them bending weird, do anything dumb like that. You don't worry about the sleeves. You don't even really think about it. You just load the weights and you get to busting out some heavy lifts. They're not overly flashy. They don't bend to trends. They don't bend, period. They're just solid, which honestly is exactly what you want when you're squatting or pulling something that actually matters. If you're looking for a barbell that's proven, straightforward, built to last, check out Texas Power Bars. It's the only bar that you're ever going to need. TexasPowerBars.com.
Do you
What'd you think of my ad?
Yeah, that was spectacular.
Riveting.
Do you like plates that are smooth, plates that are easy to grip, plates that are E-coated, maybe plates that are made to last a lifetime, maybe even plates that come in sizes of 45 pounds, actually 0.75 pounds up to 100 pounds. If you said yes to any or maybe even all of those things, well, let me tell you about the Strength Co. The Strength Co. has the go-to plates of Massenomics Gym and Tommy's Home Gym. And they're our favorites, and they're our favorites for a reason. They are built to last, and they look great in your gym. If you'd like to get a set of Strength Co. plates for yourself, head on over to thestrength.co and pick yourself up a pair or a whole set today. Thank you, The Strength Co.
Season 2, episode 7. What's that going to bring us? Well, we're going to talk about what helps your squat the most. That's going to be your title topic. Here, consider this your official freaking timestamp for the episode. We're probably not going to get to it till like it's an hour in, so shut up and listen until then, and don't comment about timestamps in the YouTube channel. The YouTube comments. Friggin' timestamp commenters this week. They're coming out again. Someone's trying to lecture me about, someone was trying to lecture me about how we need timestamps again. And I just love the brashness of people to assume they know better than what we think we know about doing this 500 and sometimes. I just wanted to see if I could find this one. Because someone said hour and 40 with no timestamps and like a crazy face emoji. And I kind of thought that was funny. I even liked that one, that I'm like I can play into it a little bit. And my typical response is no timestamps in the jungle. Cause I like to say that because it's so stupid. It's and then this other guy hops in and he said, no, seriously, you should consider it instead of laughing it off. I stopped watching myself. And I'm like, when did you come to make this comment then?
Yes, I've stopped watching, but I also just read the YouTube comments and chime in when needed. That's crazy to me, though. I can understand someone not like being annoyed there's no timestamps, but to be like, you know what? I like this show, but I have to quit watching because there's no timestamps. I'm like, I don't think if you actually liked the show then.
That's the thing. And that's sort of my comment to the guy is we are okay with that decision. The reason we have the podcast is for our listeners that enjoy our show. That's exactly what you said is exactly what I said. It's for the people that like our show, not for dipshits that see a 3-word title and like, oh, I have to listen to what these people I don't know say about that. And that's the only
And
bit
then
I
also
want to listen
chime in
to.
and tell them why they're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And then I said, we cater to those people because they are the ones that support our business in all areas. And thankfully there's a lot of them. Like, so my point is, shut up, dude. You don't like the people that don't like our show don't dictate how our show goes. The people that like our show, have a say in how the show goes. Is kind of my general point there.
I'm still waiting for the day though where YouTube just puts the automatic timestamps on. Like they did that for a while.
They did that for a while. Yeah, I don't know.
There is a setting to turn it off. We never did. It's still checked on our channel for auto timestamps. And I think even YouTube was like, nope, screw it. We're not doing it.
I like Big Ben. What are they researching a paper? Like you need like, no, let me get to what this specific portion of it. I'm like, you obviously don't know the podcast. It's all like, it's like 2 hours of BSing with a buddy. It's none of it is even the title topic. It's like got a lot. And then he went on to complain about the ads and that sort of thing. And I'm like, what do you think the economics are behind?
Why don't you do this for
podcast
free
that we've
and
done
also
for
do
10
it
years?
the way I want you to do it?
Right. Right. So my quarterly timestamp rant, but I still feel like, I mean, we could have timestamps. It wouldn't make a difference either way.
Well,
like for
at the end of the day, the reason we don't is just because it's just another step of work we have to do.
Right. And the thing, I do believe there's something to the logic of like, well, we kind of just want people to listen to the whole show. Like this isn't a kind of show where it's like, yes, pick and choose the parts that you like. That's not really the idea.
Maybe
That's
they just like the
weird
certified training facility of the week part. They're just so annoyed. Can't find it.
If you don't like it, don't listen to it at all. Like, don't come for just that portion. Why in the hell would you like to hear two random guys talk about what helps your squat the most and nothing else?
I don't know, man. That's not how I listen to things, but what do I know?
Yeah, we used to be a proper friggin' country. That's what I was going to say. We used to be a proper friggin' country. What are you drinking over there? Anything in particular?
Actually, that's a good call. My throat is parched over here. We got the classic pamplemousse. Ooh,
I got something
baby.
hot and fresh off the oven. For anyone that, if she doesn't know that we used to talk about LaCroix's being hot out of the oven,
That's
she's
right.
too young for you, bro. So you have you have the original.
Pamplemousse, baby.
Yeah, it's not really original. Or what is pure? I guess pure LaCroix
pure
is what.
just the plain.
Well, what is the first flavor LaCroix ever made?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's
They probably hit us with the trifecta of pamplemousse, lime, and lemon probably right off the bat. Just their greatest
so is that,
hits.
That you think? Say again what you thought it was.
Oh, I said pamplemousse, lemon, and lime. But that's just me being hopeful over here.
Pure and lemon lime were foundational to their modern. I'm unsure there, but 1981.
Ooh,
which
damn,
that's insane.
Not long, huh?
But pure and lemon lime were foundational to their modern sparkling water identity before many other flavors. Pamplemousse 2008 came along.
Late to the game.
Yeah. Okay. But speaking of weird flavors, I'd be surprised if you've had this one before. Strawberry peach.
I've never even seen that one.
Yeah.
Just
I
when
don't
you
even
think
know
you
where it
got them
came from.
figured out. They come out
Fits
with one of
nicely
those.
in this drink spot or chill available at
Yeah.
Massenomics.com.
Figure out where I keep setting that thing. It's around here somewhere.
It's probably stuck to something metal.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, that's good. Would recommend.
Oh boy.
Subtle. The strawberry does not overpower it, which I was a little worried about. And nope,
Just
it's coming
pairs
in just
nicely.
right. Yeah, it pairs very nicely with peach.
Mm-hmm.
When we were at Crew Falls in Lucky's.
Oh, I remember that place.
Yeah, from Paul, I got a Zin.
Yeah,
I think it was a 3 milligram Zin, and I haven't had one. You know, I've talked about how often I have a Zin. I have the one package I've ever purchased.
right.
I have them on my late drives home, like my midnight drives home,
For your
3-hour
performance
drives.
enhancing drives.
Yes, just to literally stay awake. But mine that I have there must be dead because I can't say like my body I noticed that much of a feeling, but my lip hurt for almost an entire week after that.
Really?
Where it was at in my mouth on my gums.
Really?
Like I could feel it burning when I was using it, and I feel like that's a fairly normal sensation.
Yeah.
But my lip was tender from that for legitimately 3 days.
Wow. I mean,
And I never use them, so I probably have like
I
a
can't
zero.
even
I have
speak.
no
Yeah, I can't even
tolerance,
speak because
you know?
I don't use Zins or anything. I'm no sucker for big tobacco over here. I'm a real independent thinker. They won't trick me. But
Yeah.
I have no idea. Maybe the same thing would happen to me.
Well, it's not on. I'm aware that they give you that burning sensation when you're using them.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it was gonna like just one of them was gonna like scar my like.
work
I almost
through the
feel like I
system.
can still feel it if I think about it hard enough. It has been like 2 weeks, or I can't, but I can. So the sensation hung around long enough that I was like, it took a while to shake it.
They're gonna pull that. Some like anti-tobacco company's gonna pull that clip for an ad. It's like, think about trying a Zin once, and you'll be like, Tanner Baird, I felt it for a week.
That is kind of true though, because my thought after that was like, damn, I'm glad I don't do that very often. That hurts my mouth. I'm sure you build up a tolerance within like the fourth one and it doesn't do it anymore. But I was like, well, I wouldn't want to put one in that specific spot again.
I said, screw this. Get me that vape vending machine right now.
Yeah. I also at the time though, even at the time of using it, I was like, holy shit, this burns. Did
you feel like you got a buzz from it at all though?
I was pretty buzzed before it
All
was in,
right,
so
yeah.
I don't know.
That's always
I
the
don't
problem
know.
with that stuff.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking about from the various things were being consumed at Crew Falls is I really enjoy, one of my favorite beers of the year is Guinness at Blarney Stone. And I don't I like Guinness. I don't love Guinness, but there's something about having one there that I'm always like, this really hits.
It just feels like
This
you're
is
doing it
the
the right
vibe.
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was probably the last time I had a Guinness was at Blarney Stone.
And Lauren and Andy and Anthony and everyone had to teach me about splitting the G. Do you know about splitting the G?
I don't think so.
So Guinness is supposed to be served in a Guinness glass,
Yep.
like a Guinness pint.
Yep.
And the G on Guinness, it's a game or your goal is your first drink.
Oh.
When you set it down, your
right
line
through
needs
it.
to split the G.
I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. Now you know if someone
Okay.
wants to orders a Guinness, you want to split the G with you.
All right.
That's the
Yep.
goal. And
Gonna
then
have to go do it.
Andy and Lauren were doing the giant mugs, and then they were like splitting the handle, which was like that far out. And I'm like, well, Lauren and Andy, you just ended up slamming that 24 ounces of like,
You
I don't know.
just drank a full beer.
Yeah. But yeah, that was just my other point, that I really enjoy the Guinness at the pub with the boys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're making me pretty jealous for one right now.
Yeah, that was fun. That was all the additional follow-up I had on Crew Falls, though.
Okay.
Anything that is the chalk still there? Is there a chalk update? Can we get a chalk update every week? So then, because otherwise, what's going to happen is like eventually the chalk's going to be gone.
Well,
eventually,
eventually,
like,
yeah,
I don't know what ever happened.
No.
So what is the update
It just
now?
doesn't, like, I thought I had it solved when I poured water on it and I just took a push broom and pushed it all away, and everything was clear and clean looking. And then when it dried, it's like, I don't know if the chalk was suspended in the water or what, but it just turned into this milky looking thing. And it's been now 2 weeks, whatever, something like that. And it hasn't gotten any better.
Yeah.
I think
Hogan says, take a photo each week, and then at the end of the year it'll be like a transformation.
Yeah.
Thing.
I mean, eventually it will go away because there will be enough moisture and breakdown of it. But I think the only thing that will really make it go away is I'll have to take a mop and bucket and actually like scrub and then clean the mop out and like get the chalk out of the mop after each one.
Right. And probably a couple passes.
And it would probably take several passes. Yeah. And part of what also hurts it is that it has been really cold lately. So the ground stays really cold in there too. So there's not any like loose moisture because everything's like freezing at that lowest level. So it's kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
And one of my strength cold plates, the one that was used for
the horse
is just so covered in chalk. Like that one is already getting just the few spots where the E-coat was like chipped a little bit is already getting rust on those little spots because of all the chalk on it. So I just need to clean that one up too. But yeah, it's just part of the game. It's like Juji said, the equipment's there to be used, right?
That's right.
Not there to baby it.
That's exactly right. We got a new drop. The new drop, by the time this comes out, this recording is live. The drop has happened. It comes out on Thursday, the 18th of December. That drop includes a restock of the Bolt Tee. For anyone that doesn't know, the Bolt Tee is the one that looks has shades of a Milwaukee design, and it says lift hard, live easy. We restocked that one because it sold out very fast when we dropped it for Black Friday. That one is actually restocked now as I speak, and it's already selling. So I don't know what the future for that one, how long that one will last. But the Bolt Tee is restocked again. They're not here yet, but our assumption is that they will be here just in time for the drop. A restock. I don't have one here because they all sold out so fast. One of the fastest selling products we've ever had is the Goose patch hat.
Yeah.
We're doing a small restock of the Goose patch hat. So it is your one final chance to get the Goose hat, the golden goose, golden egg hat as it was for us. It helped make us our nut, and we'll see if it does it again a second time around.
Yeah, big part of that nut.
Yes. So that hat is supposed to be here and should be in the drop, but I don't know. That one, it legitimately sold out in 19 minutes last time, so I don't know. Maybe we had the exact right number. Right. That's always the kind of thing. It's like it sold out in 19 minutes, but maybe we had the exact number of people that wanted that hat, and they're all
everyone that wanted it got it, so the rest are never going to get sold.
Yes. But so we did restock that, and then the two new items. Do you have either of them there?
I actually do. Should I grab them here?
Yeah, I'm kind of wearing an homage to one of them. I have this red. This is an old shirt that I'm wearing with we call this the OG, our OGT, because it was the first shirt Massenomics ever made with the big M and then just Massenomics underneath of it.
Did you describe what it was already, or what was?
Well, I was just talking about the shirt I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah. So this one is going back to the old days here. We have the OGT black and white color.
Yep.
Holding that up for everyone right now. So that one.
And that is on the Comfort Colors blank.
Yes.
Comfort Colors blank.
So this was,
for those of you that like Comfort Colors, you just went, yay. And those of you that don't said, bastards.
This shirt, though, this was the first t-shirt design ever made for Massenomics. It was the red one. It's the first actual blank we ever did. But this imprint, though, the Massenomics logo with the text underneath it, was the first design ever made, probably in March of 2015.
Yep.
So going on just about 10, and we probably haven't printed this shirt in at least 5 years, right?
Yeah, it might be 5, 6, 7, something like that.
Yeah.
We actually, I recall doing a photo shoot with that shirt probably 8 years ago. Do you remember where that was at? Do you remember doing a photo shoot in an odd place?
8 years ago.
I would guess 8 years ago, we were kind of getting our bearings on what we did for these drops and how we took photos and stuff like that.
Well, wasn't the first time we ever took photos for it, or
it wasn't the first time we ever took photos.
Was that Leah's parents' place?
Like that shop.
Yeah, that shop that they had. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, I think that was like what the first time it released, I think.
Okay.
So that was
been like the
10
first
years
one.
ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely didn't have that process figured out like we do. Well, part of the problem was I was trying to do like the 3D mock-up thing, because then all of the mock-ups of T-shirts were just flat T-shirts, which looks bad, when you're trying to do that. So we had to do the thing of like trying to build a 3D mock-up, and that's why a lot of them have that old that old style mock-up. And then yes, then it was like, well, where do we do this at? And so it's like, oh, they have a big space and we did it there. But yeah, it was such a different time then.
Yes, it was. But so the OGT is back, which if it is, nothing screams Massenomics more than the OGT.
Yeah, I mean, right now, if you got one of those, it's because you've been around a long time. But now you can look like you've been around a long time.
Yeah, it's going to muddy the waters for people, isn't it? Now you're going to have to be wearing a red one to really be like, okay, that person's been around the block.
What's up? Okay.
Next then the other thing, what the last new
this
new
looks
thing.
really nice. I haven't actually taken this out of the package yet. Next up, we took the popularity of the home gym nerd design and we put it on a flag.
FLEG flag.
Flag, baby. And this is the same size as the certified training facility banner, correct? Flag?
Yes, same size as the certified training facility banner, same size as the Silly Goose banner, just the reverse, opposite hamburger instead of hot dog or vice versa. And what's the Latin phrase we went with on the home gym?
Gymnasi domus fanaticus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's nice. This is a good one. This fit. We ordered this a while ago, so I kind of forgot about this, but it just fits
right-sized flags.
Yes, it is.
Right-sized flag. We used to do more larger flags. It was funny. I was just listening to Man Who Parks and Gym this week, and he was talking about why did people decide that the standard gym flag size is 3 feet by 5 feet?
Well, because that's what size
it's
flag
a flag
is,
Yeah, that is where it comes from. It's like that's what a flag is.
Yep.
But he's correct, and we actually came to that same conclusion. We have some big ones like that still. But what we make a lot more of now are ones similar to this size, just because they fit better.
Yeah.
Someone shared this classic T-shirt design. I remember making that. I remember making this and being like, that would be hilarious. Like I'd be like, I almost want that to exist because it was this patterned lift shirt
you could make.
No, because there used to be like 15 years ago, maybe 20 years ago, there was this shirt. It had the AK-47s
It was the
on
Rogue
it.
Status. It was like Rob
Yeah,
Dyrdek's,
the Rogue Status.
He always wore it Robin Big, and it had all the guns.
I thought
on
it was so cool.
Oh, I did too. I thought that was the coolest because people don't realize
That's what that's inspired by.
Yeah, all over prints was like not a thing. That was it was like new technology in 2010.
Yeah.
And yeah, if someone doesn't know, look up Rogue Status gun shirt.
Yeah.
And it's just this all over print of all these silhouettes of all these guns. And yeah, Rob Dyrdek would wear it on damn near every episode of Robin Big. And I did think that was the coolest thing ever. I remember going on eBay.
I bought the shirt eventually.
Oh, you did?
Because, yeah, I probably around somewhere.
I remember
still.
going on eBay trying to
fit me,
find that thing, and they were expensive. Like then that was like a $60 t-shirt at least, if not more.
Yeah. Yeah.
This and then shorts with a hat is the look on them.
Yeah, the inverted shorts with the hat look. Yeah. The one other thing about this drop, though, let me grab it. Never mind, it's over on a shelf. Maybe you've got some handy. I don't know, but it is the dashboard calendar drop while supplies last. Every order that comes in starting at the time of the drop is receiving a free 2026 dashboard Massenomics calendar. This is the 4th or 5th year that we've done that, and this year it's 365 chances to get strong-ish. That is your free 2026 phase of the moon calendar. Mm-hmm. So you will never not know what phase in the moon we are in.
Yeah. Never be lost in 2026.
Yeah, the lunar activity will be very up front and center for you right on the dashboard of your car. Yeah, that's the drop. Anything else on that drop?
That's it for 2026.
Okay. Anything else we want to touch on before? Or
I should say.
Yeah, that'll put a wrap on our drops for 2025.
Yep.
And, just other merchandise notes. We talked about those couple restocks. There is some odds and ends things around besides that. Certified training facilities have been going like crazy. I think we now on our map have 450 certified training facilities. Yeah. 450 certified training facilities. So if you haven't looked at the certified training facility map recently, go check that out. We'll talk about it more when we feature a gym this week. But
and we can't stop till we go to every single one.
Can't stop, won't stop. Well, I would say we're losing pace.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
As many we're averaging a tour a week, and we're
YouTube videos
greatly losing pace.
Our YouTube videos, we have to go to 2 a week to even like keep up at this point, and that's not.
It wouldn't keep up.
That's not gaining any ground. That's maybe keeping up with where we're at. But yeah, that wouldn't even do it actually.
Yeah, would not keep up.
Wow.
Do you want to hear about supporting our supporting members, or do you want to talk about anything else before we jump into that?
Let's jump into the supporting our supporting members.
Supporting our supporting members is a relatively new segment of the Massenomics podcast. Supporting members are we talked about certified training facility. We talked about buying items from our new drop. We talk about supporting us on YouTube. We talk about leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts. The number one thing that anyone and everyone can do to help out Massenomics and our podcast is become a supporting member. That's at massenomics.com/join. It is what helps keep our lights on. Do you have a printer at home?
Do I ever?
What kind of printer is it?
Oh, laser printer for sure.
Okay, so it doesn't take ink.
Oh, toner, baby.
It doesn't take. So there's nothing you have to put in it.
Yeah, toner.
Oh, you do. You have to put toner in it.
Yeah,
okay,
but it's not like toner's not like liquid.
Right.
It's like
is it a whole thing that you put?
It's like
in
a
there?
giant cartridge thing. It's
yeah.
not like
Okay, that's like what mine is.
It's like a miniature
it lasts
version
forever.
Yes, it's a miniature version of what you have at the office. So when you push print, it just shoots out. It doesn't have to warm up and do like a test page because you haven't used it in a week. Like if you get a home printer, you have to get a laser printer.
Yeah. The supporting membership keeps toner in Tommy's printer. Is what I was getting
that
at.
stuff's expensive. Actually, the best part of
how
this
much
is
does toner cost?
The same cost as buying the new printer. You could literally just throw the printer away and come out the same as if you just decided to buy the toner. That's the common part of the whole thing.
Yeah. Why?
It's a racket. Big toner. They're out to get you.
What is going on there? Why is that the case? But please become a supporting member so Tommy can continue to repurchase new printers. And because he does enjoy throwaway culture, it is actually what he does each time is he buys a new printer rather than
just have a mountain of them over here.
Yes. All of them without toner.
Yeah. Just shells.
Why can't like my label writing printer, which I think is a thermal printer, it doesn't take anything. Why can't everything print the way that does?
Because well, first of all, this printer has color in it. There's color here.
But if we're just saying black and white, then
I would assume probably because of the size. I would guess because like that thermal printer uses some special paper and stuff.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's labels.
Yeah,
so.
but I would assume it's a mixture of that, and then it probably gets really expensive to have like thermal printer of that size. Probably, I don't know. Those would be my undereducated guesses. Just sort of working in the print industry for a few years.
Well, that's we are dealing with a bit of an expert here. So, also, I maybe you touched on it too. It's maybe if you can make them, then you're not spending any money on toner or ink, but the paper that you would have to use is the economics of that paper.
Paper's pretty cheap though,
right?
500 sheets of paper.
But for the thermal printer,
I think that paper would be really expensive. Yeah,
right. And
assuming
so
they
actually
could
be
make
losing
an 8.5 by 11 sheet of it, which they might not. That might not even exist. It wouldn't surprise me if.
You know what printer I always liked is the ones that have the edges that you fold off that have the little dots in them, the holes.
Yeah, is that like a dot matrix printer? Is that what they call those things?
And I think it's called dot matrix because of the dots in the the things you fold off on the sides.
Is that what it is? I
I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I am old enough that we had those at school.
I remember that was the
yeah.
first printer we ever had in our house was one of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. The old dot matrix.
Is that what it is then?
Yeah.
Dot matrix?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're just so freaking loud and they take forever.
Yeah. Yeah. So did that take ink?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe it was a toner of some kind. I don't really know actually.
Yeah. Oh, Ryan says ink ribbon. Yeah. I like all the variations of, it's like, no, that's not ink. That's an ink ribbon.
Yeah.
No, that one's
big differences here. Yeah. You got to know all about this stuff.
ink ribbon. That's like what my adding machine takes at work.
Ink that's how you get serious work done when your machine has an ink ribbon. You know business is going down.
Yes. So, to help keep all of our dot matrix and ink ribbons completely stocked, consider becoming a supporting member.
Also, the George Foreman's hot. Actually, by the way, have you read any of the George Foreman recipes? Is there any hidden gems?
No,
in
it's
there?
mostly on display right there.
Piece?
Yeah, it's right there on display. So I'll probably bust it out at some point in time, but
okay.
Right now
Mary wasn't.
I don't want to lower the value by getting George Foreman grease on it.
Did Andrew Garrison, was he whipping up a sandwich in George Foreman?
And it looked like it had dust on it. So
it's easy there, Emerald Lagasse.
Bam. So to help keep our George Foreman's hot and our ink ribbons moist, become a supporting member, please, at Massenomics.com/join. It's how you get in our Discord. It's how you listen to the show live, like we have people listening now. It's the only way you can listen to our pre-show. Every week before we record, we put out a little pre-show that doesn't get recorded, and the only way you can ever hear that, it's where we save our greasiest stuff for that pre-show. They call it the greasy pre-show, and the grease gets thick in there. Like today, just as a teaser, I won't tell the story, but I told my sneakiest poop story ever was for the pre-show. It's not usually poop stories, but this week that's what the grease was. Like it was the sneakiest poop story I ever lived to tell about on the pre-show. So you can get stuff like that. Also, there's a discount code if you become a supporting member. Whole bunch of stuff. And you could get featured on supporting our supporting members. Like Big Quinn competed in a bench-only meet this last week. Looked like he benched some big numbers. Big Bryce was down 40 pounds, and he's been using MarcoFactor in his journey. MarcoFactor discount code Massenomics will get you a few weeks free if you try it. Tommy and I have both been using it. Tommy's been using it for a really long time. Highly recommend MarcoFactor. Look into it at least. Actually, use our discount code. Try it for a few weeks for free, and you'll know if you want to keep doing it or not.
Yep.
Big Gaglione, 606-pound equipped bench. It was the biggest bench of the meet that he was competing at.
Damn, it's a big bench.
Yes, Big Brett did a push-pull competition. He had the second highest bench of the event with a 355-pound bench press.
Hell yeah.
Big Jimmy K was at Masters of Iron in Clearwater, Florida. It was his first meet. He had a 396 squat, 281 bench, 385 deadlift for a 1062 total on his first meet. Everything's
Nice.
a PR when
PRs.
it's your first.
Yep.
Kentucky's Strongest Hands competition. We had at least this many crew members there. Big Wes, Zach, Brandon, Curd. Let's see. Hunter, John, and Jared, I think we're all there competing. Wes, Curd, and John, I think, won their weight classes.
Damn.
So it had a whole bunch of crew represented there at the Kentucky's Strongest Hands competition. Big Lily, first powerlifting meet, 9 for 9. Everything's a PR. 452 squat, 331 bench, 529 deadlift for a 1312 total on the first meet.
Nice.
Big Love Lady, 8 for 9 powerlifting meet, 501 squat, PR, 342 bench, 562 deadlift, a 1405 total PR, breaking the 1,400 pound barrier. It looks like Jonathan Oldham was also there.
That's
in
what I
attendance.
thought I saw in the picture.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Big Josh, another grip competition. He competed at Midwest Grip Championships. His best lift was a Saxon bar, 171 pounds. Got him 5th overall in that. He also did a 132-pound rolling thunder lift. Wrecked the Halls 5 strongman show. Big Keith from Rochester was there. He got first place in his Masters division. Big Dan was there competing. He did a 320-pound axle clean and press PR, second place in his class. Looks like Big Chris, Mark, and Big Lucas were also there to represent the crew. Big Jake is accepted his sports medicine fellowship at Travis Air Force Base in California. Moving from the Midwest to the straight up West. Five goes west, and so does Jake.
You're not in Nebraska anymore.
Unpaid and underrated. This week's episode was their Crew Falls recap featuring Keith, Brandon, Jake, Tron, Hannah, and Debo, I believe. Then big news here. 3 most recent new members to the Cup level Massenomics Hall of Fame are Big Ron out in the PNW, Big Jess out of Buffalo, and Big Zach right here out of Western Northeast South Dakota. 3 newest members to the Hall of Fame 12 achievement. They'll all be receiving their Hall of Fame cup to commemorate the occasion, and they've all been added to the Hall of Fame website. You can check that out on our website as well. That is this week's version of supporting our supporting members.
Oh, well done, guys and gals.
Should we do a certified training facility of the week?
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Okay, I'm back. Whew. I'm trying to decide where to go here. Where do you think? I've definitely found some cool places, but
I'd say dealer's choice.
okay.
There's no wrong answers on
here's one that
certified
has a
training
nice
facility
little.
of the week.
This one has a nice little just mix of vibes to it. We're gonna go to a little place called Michigan. Have you heard this? Have you seen this? You heard about this?
Been there for a gym tour before or two. Maybe just one, actually.
Okay, we're gonna go on the way west side of Michigan.
Yep. There's a couple jackets over there.
To a little place called Supreme. I don't even know. Supreme Kai's hyperbolic time chamber.
I think his name is Kyler, well, I don't know. Do you say that Kyler or?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe Big Kyler.
So it'd be Supreme Kai's hyperbolic,
which
time
actually
chamber?
works with the Dragon Ball Z tie-in.
Okay.
So. Okay. You ready to check this thing out here?
Yeah.
First photo. Are you getting the vibes right off the bat?
Yeah, there's some serious vibes here, isn't there?
This wood paneling on the wall is. I'm trying to. This has to be a basement, right? I'm just skipping ahead a little bit. I think it's a basement.
Suspended ceiling. Feels like a basement to me.
Yeah, it feels like a basement. Okay, so you got the drop ceiling and like wood. It's like really nice wood panel. Like it doesn't look like the old retro wood paneling. It looks like actual boards, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can't quite tell.
It's probably paneling, I think.
Probably, but it's got a little more modern, just a slightly more modern take on it.
Yeah.
But so he's got this wood paneling, he's got horse stall mats down on the floor, and he has got a ton of attachments on the wall. It's impressive how many attachments are on this wall, isn't it?
Yeah, he's really decked the halls with his lifting attachments on the walls.
And they're organized really nicely on there too.
Yeah, it is.
So looking at the rack right in the middle, I believe it's a Titan rack, I think is what it says on those decals there. It's a little small. Got a Titan rack, a bunch of different plates. You got a flat bench in there. He's built up a little bit of a platform for the rack to be on. And then, just all those attachments. We're going to take a closer look. If I go to photo 2, we got a collection of barbells on the wall, some figure 8 straps, some ab wheel belts,
axle,
some different handles,
several different bars.
Yeah. Photo 3, I really like photo
Best
3.
photo of the whole gym
It
tour right
is.
here.
This
Photo
photo is
3.
just what made it for me.
Yeah.
It's mostly just a photo of a giant bookcase filled with VHS tapes. And
Looks
then there's like
quite
some,
the Disney collection, I would
Yes.
say.
Oh, then there's just some collars off to the side. So as far as gym stuff goes, there's not a whole lot that's relevant here. But I mean,
Chains
I see the
and,
double VHS set of Titanic up there. I see the
Yep.
Star Wars box set, Indiana Jones. It looks like. Yeah, you're right. A great collection of Disney movies in there. Yeah,
There's quite a few box sets up there. Yeah, I wasn't even noticing that. I was so
is
drawn
the Green
to the
Mile
Disney
the first
collection.
one there? Maybe I can't. Quite.
Yeah, that's the Green Mile. That's Green Mile. That's for sure. That's Tom Hanks on there.
Is the
yeah.
orange one Grease? Is that?
I don't know.
I think
Imagine
it is.
the population that
Braveheart.
doesn't
Braveheart's
understand
there.
the 2 VHS movies.
Oh,
Like
the fact that Titanic was too long for a VHS tape, so it needed 2 tapes to watch it.
that's also kind of like a funny spot where they cut the tapes too. It's like they put no thought into.
Yeah, it's like, well, that one's done.
Yeah,
So I like that shelf a lot.
I feel like that shelf's being given all it can take.
There's a lot there.
I have that. You see that rep sandbag at the base of it?
Is that what that is? I didn't know if that was
Yeah,
a sandbag or a duffel bag.
Yeah, it's a sandbag. I have that at the gym.
Really?
Somebody had that, and it's at the gym now.
Oh,
So
never seen one of those before.
it's an odd sandbag. I don't know
Yeah.
what the point of it is for sure.
It for
I
real
guess,
looks like a
but
duffel bag. It's
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Photo 4. We have a bigger view of the basement. So if you look in the more of the foreground here, Tanner, you'll see what looks to be like a dehumidifier. You seem
Yep,
to be
he's
familiar
got a
with.
dehumidifier. That tells me it's a basement right there.
Yep. We got the Titan Easy Curl or Preacher Curl bench.
Preacher curl bench, sure.
What's
What's that bench behind it? Like, what's the?
Oh yeah, I'm not sure
Is
what
that
that
an
is.
adjustable bench that's at an incline or something?
Yeah, I can't quite tell. And then
See how he did a transition on that yellow transition on the floor from
Yeah.
his mats to the,
Yeah,
it's
it's a nice
angle
little finish piece there. Then the last photo has the attachment wall, barbell wall in all of its glory. Okay, this is really, what is with these like really long loadable dumbbells? You see those?
I don't know, other than to do like insanely heavy rows or something, or
Like,
like I don't know what the
That's
purpose
a
of those
loadable
is.
dumbbell handle. The handle's about what you
Yeah.
expect, but the
sleeve is just as long as his trap bar above it.
Yeah, it's just take a barbell sleeve and then make the barbell part of it like maybe a foot long, and that's what this is. It's really, I've never seen anything look like that before.
Yeah, Matt and Keith both say croc rows. I suppose that's what it would be for. You know,
Yeah,
you
if
just
you're
do
doing
a
like 500
super heavy,
pounds.
right?
And then you got the actually big fan of loadable dumbbells. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5. 5 of them on that wall.
What's
Oh.
the red one?
I don't
the red
know.
Cerakote one looks cool though.
It does. All right. Well, that's Supreme Kai's hyperbolic time chamber.
Do you think you could get strong in there?
Oh, hell yeah. And I'd be entertained doing it, watching all of those videos.
Yeah, my biggest question is, what are we watching first?
Like,
Well,
cancel the Netflix subscription. We're saving money over here. Everything you need to see is already on VHS.
I pray this guy has a working VCR.
It'd be a real shame to be caught without a VHS player at this time.
Yeah, yeah. Please be kind. Rewind at Supreme Kai's hyperbolic time chamber. All right, great certified training facility of the week. You can check out the full map at massenomics.com/certified. Like I was saying earlier there, we've got, at the time this comes out, well, I was saying it's over 450. Maybe it's by up to 500 by the time this episode comes out. But you can see everyone's got their pin on the map, and there is pins completely covering the United States, a decent good bit into Canada. Even if you go over to Europe, it starts to be like, oh, I don't have to go too far in Europe to find the next support or a certified training facility. They're all over the place there too. Australia's growing. Hawaii, Alaska, they're everywhere. You can't get away from a certified training facility on the map.
Oh, did I miss anything?
Oh, I didn't even know you weren't there. looking at the map.
Oh.
I actually did. That
Just
worked out
talking to
great.
me for so long.
Yeah. Were you gone for a second?
For just a minute, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just I was looking at the certified training facility map, so I literally didn't even notice you weren't sitting there. Okay. This week's episode of the podcast, who did I talk about first? I talked about Texas Power Bars. I want to mention our newest sponsor of the show, EliteFTS. Big news, our newest sponsor of the show. If you've spent any time lifting seriously, you've probably owned something from EliteFTS. Maybe it's just even toilet paper. That's probably still my favorite purchase. Just today I was thinking, man, what am I going to do when they actually sell out of that toilet paper? Because I bought it all.
Call Dave on his personal line and request a
like,
new
Dave,
order.
Could you reorder that toilet
We
paper?
need
He's like,
this.
no, spent 7 years getting rid of that toilet paper. We're not getting more of it. You can purchase the toilet paper, use discount code MASS10. Saves you 10% on the toilet paper. Saves you 10% on most things you purchase from EliteFTS, whether that's SS Yoke, SSB bar, best safety squat bar in the game, in my opinion. It's the one Tommy and I both have. We got to sit there with Dave at EliteFTS and have him explain to us, why he believes his is better. And a lot of it comes down to the pad, and people have tried to copy it, and he still believes his is better. And I'm a buyer. Literally, we put our money where our mouth is, and you can too. Got a whole band wall just covered in EliteFTS bands at Massenomics Gym also. So discount code MASS10 will save you 10% on almost everything, thanks to EliteFTS, newest sponsor.
This episode is also brought to you by Build Fast Formula. Supplements should simply work. Most don't because you're sold a line, a vibe, and a boilerplate formula loaded with crap you don't need. You can't get better from clever claims and cool slogans, and placebos only last so long. You deserve real results from supplements backed by research, not pseudoscience and hype. You deserve supplements that work. And supplements that work, like Build Fast Formula's 80-20 protein. It's 80% casein, 20% whey for that perfect blend of protein muscle growth synthesis. It's available in delicious flavors like vanilla ice cream, chocolate lava cake, Cinnadoodle, and peanut butter crunch. I've had them all. I love them all. Can't go wrong with any of those. Pick the one you like, and you'll be good to go. They also got pre-workout, their VasoBlitz formula, dual nitric oxide support. They got Full Blitz, which is their fully loaded pre-workout formula. They also have Blitz 3D that combines the nitric oxide with the pre-workout to get things extra crazy. If you head on over to buildfastformula.com and use code Massenomics, you can save 10% on your next purchase. Build Fast Formula, Massenomics, code Massenomics, saves you 10%. Thank you, Build Fast Formula.
Thank you, Build Fast. Should we kick off our live listeners and hop into a title topic?
They're out of here.
Yeah, for all you freaking timestamp needy people, 48 minutes in, and we're getting to the title topic. That's the next thing. We'll put timestamps, and then they won't even have to listen to be able to make the comment. They don't even get to the title topic until 48 minutes in. I wasn't going to listen to any of the rest of it anyways, but
the title,
why do I have to click to the 48
the title of
minute
this episode doesn't cover the content in chronological order.
Yeah, so here we go. Take that. For everyone that's just tuning in for the title topic, we'll blast a little Disturbed in your ears. Okay. What helps your squat the most? A topic derived from a post that Alan Thrall had just recently on his Instagram account. I thought it was particularly interesting. So we said, Alan, you have this. We have this.
It's ours now. This is going on minute 48 of the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, you have this? We have this. Thanks, Alan. So, yeah, he talked about it. We can talk about his conclusions that he came up with. We can derive our own. We can talk about the criteria he looked at. We could probably add a couple. We also polled the audience who wants to be a millionaire style and got their take.
Did a lot of people phone a friend, or was it all just honest answers?
They took the 50-50.
Oh,
and
50, okay.
They took away the two that you knew were not going to be ever.
There was three answers, and they removed two of them.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Norm
Norm Macdonald, Celebrity Who Wants to Be a Millionaire clip. It's very funny.
I haven't, but I get his just
Do you see Norm Macdonald clips all the time?
I
on
get
social
them
media?
all the time on Instagram, and I hate
I
it
do
when I
too,
do
and
because I can't stop watching them.
I think I do too because it knows I love. Like
Yeah.
it just feeds. It's like one of the few things that gets me that I'm like, oh, I
Yep.
have to watch.
It's just
the
Norm Macdonald clip pages, and the second it starts
Yeah.
showing me those, I'm just lost. It's because I can't turn them off.
Some of his comedy is so funny, and it's actually kind of like in the vein of some of the more modern comments we talk about, where they live in like the moment of awkwardness and stuff like that.
I mean,
And
it's
yeah,
yes, it's a lot like I mean, it kind of is like some Nathan Fielder stuff in the way that it sort of is just a guy being so honest that it's awkward at times. But Norm's thing is he always drags it out so long, the story.
Yes.
So he's like, hey, so see, and and so like and he adds so many filler words and they don't drive the story forward in any way, but that's kind of the point, is that the story's not going anywhere.
it's like getting funnier the longer it's
Right,
taking.
because
to
you're
not
just
do
laughing because
anything.
like, how is this taking so long? And then when it finally gets to like the end of the 4-minute joke, you're like, any other person telling that joke would be a 10-second joke.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
you managed to make it go for 4 minutes because you're adding all types of filler words and going down roads that don't actually further the joke in any way.
Anyone else that tried that same style, or most people, it would also just seem like they're being bad at comedy too. Like he has the ability to do it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, this is the comedy, but it's like sort of the thing where like only he can do it. And it's, I don't know how or why that is, but what was I talking about?
Oh God, what were we talking about?
Oh, the Norm Macdonald Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes like, he's like, yeah, I'm going to, he's chewing gum. He's like, yeah, I'm going to use a 50-50. And he stops him. He's like, wait, it's not going to do the thing. I told you like which ones I think it probably is. And the two that I'm pretty sure it's not. You're not going to do that thing where you just take away the obviously wrong ones, are you? And Regis is like, well, we don't have control over like that. It's totally random. It doesn't work like that. And then he's like, computer, take away 2 options, and it does it.
Yeah.
And it does the exact ones. And Norm's like, it is a funny clip. But they did the thing, and I'm like, is it really random, or was someone back there knowing it's going to be hilarious? If
we can pull the strings a little bit here, really add to the confusion.
Yeah, so we didn't phone a friend, we pulled the audience for our lifeline here. So the criteria that Alan used on what helps your squat the most, what would you say because we could analyze that from a lot, but we're talking about like gear that you wear is kind of the direction.
Yeah, so as far as the Instagram poll goes, what were the options you gave people to answer here?
I gave in the poll, I gave them the same options that Alan went through, which were shoes, and I think a lot of times people would interpret that as heeled shoes, but I think whatever you
Just
think
footwear.
shoes, your footwear that you need, knee sleeves, belt. Those are the 3 that Alan talked about. On what helps your squat the most, and it's also what we put in the poll. I would add to it as another potential option wrist wraps, because people do wear wrist wraps sometimes. And then this doesn't fit the mold, but I also just wondered about taking a look at squat bar.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a thing you wear, but it is.
So you're saying there wasn't anyone that chimed in saying that calibrated plates or a combo rack helps their squat the most?
I suppose someone could say a monolift, because then you don't have to walk out.
Yes.
So you could argue a monolift to a small subsect of people.
But then if you're doing that, you would have to also add in knee wraps, and obviously
Right.
those can help you squat a lot.
And then if you're going there, why don't you say a squat suit?
Yeah. Okay. So we'll keep
it's a
it to
slippery
just
slope.
the original options of what you. So do we want to say what the results of the poll were first?
Yeah. Or do you know what Alan's take on it was?
No, I don't know what his take was. I know
Okay.
what my personal take is, so I'm not
All
gonna
right.
I'm not gonna let anything you say influence me here. I'm
Okay,
stuck
that's
in
what
my
I was
ways.
gonna say. Do we need to do our own first?
Okay, we can do our own. We can do our own and figure out.
Or do you want to hear what it is? Because I already knew my opinion. And I'll say this: my opinion differs from Alan's.
Oh, okay. I'll say for me. Do you want me to rank them, or do I just pick the one that's the best?
You can rank them, and actually, you could even say what's your best guess?
how much does it help your
Oh.
squat?
Wow.
Like would be a
Okay.
deeper way
See,
to
that's,
analyze
Yeah, that's
it.
really hard. Okay, that part's really hard.
Like
because,
it's not that's not a one size fits all at all.
yeah, and that's
but
really
even-
tricky because it kind of actually would require sort of maxing out to ever get
Right.
there. And I've
and doing them separately.
So for me,
like
yeah, for me, I would say belt helps the most. Like really getting a good, just getting that belt tight
brace,
and getting everything locked in. I mean, that's just where my whole squat starts, is like right there. Like I know a squat, like I just know how a squat's going to feel good in training if I take it off the rack and I feel good right off the bat. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm golden. Like this is I'm set. So for me, the belt is number one, hands down. The interesting part though is as time has gone on, I've become more and more a fan of adding in more equipment to my squat. And like when we first started, I didn't wear anything. I had no knee sleeves, no belt. I just had flat shoes.
When we did the first meet, did you even wear a belt at it?
I used a belt for 2 weeks at that point. Like I just borrowed a belt from a buddy.
Somebody's
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah. So like at that point, and at that point I think what squat 405 or something in the meet, 400
Right.
pounds. But the point is I got to a 400-pound squat with nothing, like just lifting, just going to the gym and lifting. But a belt is number one. Now I just because of more back issues, just to keep me as upright as possible, I've started using heeled shoes. I never liked them in the past. Like I had flats forever. I switched to heeled shoes, tried them for a few months, never really liked it, took them off, switched back, and I loved it. And then that was just out of like an injury thing and like easing back into it. I've started wearing heeled shoes. It's working. I'm not going to mess with that. And that's what I've been doing lately. So I do like heeled shoes. And the other thing is I really like knee wraps or knee sleeves. Like it just makes everything feel good. So I would maybe take two angles. Yeah.
What about wrist wraps?
I actually on days.
Do you wear wrist wraps?
No. Just like out of meat is all. Just because.
Okay.
Just part of the whole.
Yeah, it's just the whole
song and dance of it all. But like when I do,
I need one more thing to make me ironclad here, where I'm like indestructible.
I need every part
all
of my body
things are
wrapped
held
that's
together
legally-
by
neoprene
and
Velcro.
other stretchy materials. Yeah.
I mean, I do squat pretty high bars, so like my wrists don't even really feel it. Like when I would squat lower bar and you're doing reps, like towards the end of your sets, like if you don't have wrist straps on, it can really torque. And I live with my wrists way in, like my elbows and arms are really tight in, so my wrists are really taking a pretty tight angle on all that. But if I had to rank them though, it's belt hands down number one. I would probably, just the way I lift now, probably pick shoes number. I would pick shoes number two for comfort, but I actually think if it came down to lifting the most, it would be knee sleeves would be number two. But I always wear lifters for my squat sessions. I usually don't wear knee sleeves unless I'm going over a certain amount of weight.
So you don't wear knee sleeves all the time?
I don't wear. Usually it's like if I'm gonna be lifting like
if it's a deload squat.
If it's deload, like I'm out of deload tomorrow, I will not be wearing knee sleeves.
If it's a hypertrophy block,
a lot of times will not be. On my hardest one, yeah, because I'm like
no, but not your hardest one on a hypertrophy.
A lot of times
block.
it will not be because
What about if it's a strength block an average day? Like I don't know, it's like straight sets of 5, or does it just depend on the weight?
It depends on the weight, but usually I will now because it's at the point where typically strength block. I'm like usually
heavy enough.
It's usually between like 365 and 4 or something. And it's like, at that point I tip like 315 to 350 is like the gray area for where I bother with knee sleeves somewhere in there, depending on what the rep scheme is and all that. But I have actually a few years ago, I would have just been like, yeah, knee sleeves are cool. I wear them, whatever. Now, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting old or what, but when I warm up, I don't put knee sleeves on until I'm at least at 315.
Yep.
And when I put 315 on with knee sleeves, I'm like, oh, this just feels so right. Everything in the world is just, everything feels so good. Like it feels like my knees have these protective little pillows around them. And it's like, it's just like someone's just like, I'm squatting down. And I don't even have that tight of knee sleeves, but I just feel like I'm squatting down and someone's just gently helping me back up. Like, it's like, oh, here, let's give you a little boost. And that's how it feels like wearing knee sleeves. So, Yeah, but if you had to, I think knee sleeves add more to my actual lift than
shoes
do. But I just
Yeah,
something about
I get what you mean about that.
I'm just
yeah.
I think I could probably train myself out of lifters if I had to, but the fact is I don't need to, so I'm just so used to them at this point. So that's my order. Belt.
And
lifters,
what about
knee
if
sleeves.
you were to say anything about squat bar? Does it add any weight to the squat?
The thing I don't like about squat bar is it messes up the bar weight, and that part's the most annoying
Yeah.
part. So I'm not a huge squat bar guy.
Yeah.
On a meet day, I don't really care at all. It's whatever.
Like you're not worried about the whip on your power bar squat?
Unfortunately, I can't squat quite enough yet for that to be much of a factor in my life.
True for most people, I would say.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. So that's my order. What do you got?
Yeah, nothing much new for the group. Pretty much what he said. Basically ditto. Actually, like that would be, I guess, just to pick it apart, but say mostly a lot of the same things. The belt is an easy number one choice for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is part of what it inspired it, because when I see the list, the belt is the obvious number one.
My thing is, if the belt's not number one, you don't know how to use one. Like that's what I think in my head. I give people more leeway on deadlift, because deadlift is a weird thing.
Deadlift is different. This is specific to squat, and I've seen a lot of people on deadlift. The belt does not do much, if anything.
And it's
that
just a weirder positioning where you're like bending and rounding. And I can I've seen enough and been around enough to understand that a belt is not essential on a deadlift. I have a hard time believing that if a belt isn't the most important thing in your squat, I just think you maybe don't know how to use one.
I think that's possible. It's possible you could be built in just such a way with the really short.
Worse.
Well, yes, built different, worse. Built like where your torso is so short.
Well,
that maybe like the belt, you know what I'm saying? Like proportionally, you have the shortest little torso.
Yeah, you're a 5 foot tall woman with a 3-inch powerlifting belt. Like, okay. Yes, fringe cases like that. But I'm just saying for the most part, the type of people we're lifting with and hanging out with that are
right. That's, I mean, it is when I train without a belt a lot. And no matter how much I do that, when I go back to a belt on the squat, it's like, oh my God, that just got dramatically easier because just being able to brace like that.
This is the same thing we've talked about this many times, but I still feel like when I don't wear a belt squatting, like I'm not squatting as hard as I could be. Like even if it's on a lighter day, I'm like, well, I can move this weight faster if I use a belt. And like I'm moving the weight faster and harder using a belt. So isn't it just advantageous to be using it all the time? Like
I actually don't know, and I battle myself in turn. Like the more I lift, the less I feel like the more that question comes up in my mind, and the less I feel like I know the answer, because it is a very interesting question. We've talked about this specifically
several times. We have.
I think we should mention it again because and everyone will have an opinion. Like people will please drop the YouTube comment, because I've seen the opinions, and there will be a variety of differing opinions.
Where that conversation originally came up was people will go through like raw training, no belt, no knee sleeves, no nothing, like just lifting. And we're talking more specifically here, like squatting, but like people do it for deadlift too, where it's like they'll go through blocks of no belt. But like you'll see people say like, okay, like, yeah, I'm in a federation that allows knee sleeves and belts, but I'm doing like multiple blocks of training where I'm not going to use a belt and I'm not going to use the knee sleeves. And I guess the theory is that when you add it in, you're going to be so much stronger.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're getting stronger without it.
Yep. So then when you add it on, it's like getting an extra added bonus, I think is the thought process.
But the alternative is what you're saying, where say you just we've done this exact comparison before, but you did all those same sets and you wore the belt for all of them, and say your RPE was 1 or 2 less,
right? Yeah, because like
across the board,
yeah, like
maybe you did 10 more pounds at the same RPE.
I know that's yeah, because like okay, let's say you're doing 5 sets of 5 at 405 on squat, and with no belt and no knee sleeves, like every rep is like an RPE 9.
Yes,
but with a belt and knee sleeves, is every rep an RPE 7? Because all of a
Yes.
sudden it's like, well, now you can accommodate more weight every week, assuming you can recover from that
Yes.
fine. And it's like that's what part of me is thinking. You feel better
Yep.
moving the weight. And then I also think like whether people want to admit it or not, there is a skill to like using your belt correctly.
For sure.
And
there
if you're
is.
going
You gotta
huge
get
chunks
used
not
to
using
yeah.
it, I think like how much are you refining that skill of using the belt and like
Right.
finding the spot that works best for you.
Yeah, that's a whole additional point to it is the skill of using
because you don't
the
just
belt
like
and your-
automatically like never wear it and then just throw it on and be
Right.
like, yep, here we go. Like I think especially if you've taken an extended break from wearing one, maybe your belly has grown in size or shrunk.
Right.
And it's like, where is my best positioning? Like, where does
Right.
this feel right?
And it's like, oh, this feels really uncomfortable. I forgot what this feel. You know, it takes,
Yeah. And when you're
takes a few weeks of just even being like, no, that's just what that feels like.
right. And when you're like getting into heavier squats, like it can take, I don't think it's reasonable to say it can take quite a few squat sessions to really dial that in again if it's been an
Yep.
extended break.
And this is what the conclusion I kind of came to the last time of why I do it when I do it is I think for me, it's more of a auto regulation tool,
That's
That
right. Yes, you did say
it-
that.
which this is at least just how I justified in my mind that I'm like, I don't want to be training with those weights like necessarily 12 months out of the year or whatever it is, but I still want to squat. So it's just like the way I do like right now where I'm just front squatting. Well, it's like the loads are just way less. Front squat, in this example, you could equate to back squatting without a belt and knee sleeves, I guess. Like I'm front
Yeah.
squatting, I'm not doing any of the specific movement. So I'm not getting any of that train. I'm like, as a negative, I'm not getting any of that specific training, just
Yep.
like you're not when you're not wearing a belt and knee sleeves and stuff. The overall load is less,
Yep.
which is the same if you're not wearing and it's maybe the theory is you're maybe training some weakness, like in the terms of belt, maybe that's your back or your bracing or your core or whatever you think, or for a front squat, it's my quads or whatever, it's kind of the same thing, the same idea as why someone might do back squat with no belt and no, raw for a training block or for a period of time or whatever. But I actually don't know. Then I'm like, would you just be stronger though if you were doing that, training more specific more often? And it probably depends on the lifter
I think it does
too, and the training age, the training experience,
Yep.
the 100 their build, their proportions, 1,000 other things too. But I don't know. It's a very interesting thought.
Part of me just thinks, so if you're really chasing just true top end numbers,
Right.
like training as hard as you can, as often as you can,
Right.
should be the goal, shouldn't it?
Right.
As hard as you can, as often as you can, and still recover.
Yeah. Yeah. And not get injured.
Mhm.
But that's probably that's probably the part that people get hung up on is, it is a balance of training as hard as you can for as long as you can and staying healthy and not getting injured too.
Yeah.
Where some people can, especially if you're younger, could probably get away doing that all the time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That was a divergence from the actual title topic, but I do like that that's always an interesting.
It's funny, for as many
thought.
times as we've had that conversation, you'd think at some point one of us would do a deeper dive into if there's any explanation behind that. But maybe it's better just to never know.
I would like to sit down with Mike Tashir. We call him on just not to do an interview, but we're just like, let's just talk about this one
Let's get
topic.
the answer here.
Like actually we get Mike Tashir, Chad Wesley Smith, I don't know, a panel of 4 people, like pull someone from the conjugate world
Boogs,
because
maybe.
Yeah.
Just a real diverse group of people.
Boogs would be like, just horsecock the weights. What is the hell are you talking about? Who gives a shit? Belt though, easily my number 1 choice. Number 2 is definitely the knee sleeves. I would actually say the same thing as you. I've done flats, I've done lifters, I've gone back and forth. My heaviest squat ever is in flats, but I'm squatting in lifters right now. I could do either one. Like, give me a little time, and I don't think either one actually is adding to the weight on the bar in the long run for me. It's
See,
just
that's
more what you said, where I'm like, what feels better for me right
Yeah.
now?
Like that's why I keep like it's meet day and I have knee sleeves on for a rep and I don't have it on for a rep. I'm like, it's not a difference of 30 pounds. Like, and we're not talking about like the crazy knee
mentally,
sleeves.
it's going to feel
Well, that's the thing though. It's good
worse,
mentally,
though.
but also though, when you're like really hyped up for a 1 rep max at
Yeah.
meet day, I'm like, I don't know. The feels isn't really what's the concern either though.
right.
So I think like, I don't know, 10 pounds. I think so. 20.
On my top end, the belt might take off 50 pounds.
Oh, I
I'm
would
doing a
believe
1
that
rep
for me.
max.
I would
Like,
absolutely
I could
believe that for
easily
me.
see 50 pounds. Like when I squatted 600 pounds, if I wouldn't have been wearing a belt, I bet 550 pounds would have been a 1 rep max with no belt.
And I stay so upright when I squat that I just can't even imagine. I don't even think for a second about like pitching over or bending over at all.
Right.
And I wonder on a really heavy squat if I would start to get that feeling and if it would just throw my whole thing off without the belt there.
Yeah, so I don't think 50 pounds or 10% is even a crazy number on the belt. Knee sleeves is less than 10%. I think maybe 5 is closer.
I just think knee sleeves like a poundage. It's like, I don't know, maybe 10-ish.
10 pounds.
Give or take.
Yeah. And 5%.
But I do
might
think the heavy duty
be
knee
20,
sleeves are a considerable. It can be
Yeah.
20 to 30, pretty easy.
Yes. Which would be like 5% for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And then shoes, I really don't. That just depends so much. Like for some people, I don't.
I think it's just a comfort factor of what,
Right.
Because again, I'm used to them, but if you told me I couldn't use them in a few months, I would just figure it out. Like I don't think I would just be losing weight off my.
Yeah. Alan Thrall said knee sleeves.
Really?
One.
Helps the squat the most?
More than a belt.
What?
That's what he said.
Seriously?
Yeah, and I only watched it one time. I'd have to watch it again.
Was he talking about like any specific knee sleeve there? Like,
well, and even then, in my mind, even the heaviest, dutiest, craziest knee sleeves still not as much as a belt to me.
yeah.
But it was funny because he was talking about the belt, and he's like it's almost like adding a second set of abs to your body when you put the belt on. I kind of agree with that, and that analogy makes some sense to me. But to me, that justifies why belt is number one. But he kind of went into a thing which I also agree with, where he was kind of joking about lifters that say they use knee sleeves just because it's for comfort and want to deny that they do anything.
Oh,
it's like, oh no, I just feel a little better with knee sleeves. Like,
and I do, like, I was just saying
Right.
that, but I will admit they do a little something. Like they do a little something, but
yes. But I think belt, I just can't imagine the belt not being above the knee sleeves, but some people might think differently. People would have to test it, really, I suppose, to know. But for me, I could pretty easily sit. I also train without knee sleeves a ton.
Mm-hmm.
But when we first started powerlifting, it was an insanely weird thought for me to do any squats without wearing knee sleeves.
Yeah.
Not when I very, very first started training the squat, but like when we were like doing the first meet, and that was the thing that I did, and I got those SBD. If like I forgot my knee sleeves, I was not going to be able to squat in the gym. And that was probably like 5 years of that until, I don't know, I got later on. And then between tearing both of my knees and coming back from that, I'm like, I don't really want to wear knee sleeves.
See, that's
right
why
now.
I figured you'd be like really on it. Like, no, I just want my knees to feel as good as possible all the time
No, it's the opposite, because I'm like, I want to feel exactly what my knees feel like all the time.
Okay.
I don't want a mask over my knee because I'm hyper aware of how my knee feels.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want something telling me my knee feels better than it actually does.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I can follow that.
So that's why coming back from my last one, I didn't wear knee sleeves for a really long time until I finally got close to doing a meet. And even then I was putting them on just like my heaviest days and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't wear them. I wore them to do Edmund Fitzgerald 29 rep squat. That was the first time I put them on in over a year.
Did they feel good though?
It felt really good because I actually I also haven't been wearing a belt much, and to do that lift, because I was like, I actually haven't been back squatting, so I don't want to not get this lift. So I wore my belt, I wore knee sleeves, I wore all the stuff we're talking about. I went the full battle rattle, and when I went, I'm like, okay, yeah, this feels pretty good.
Yep.
It felt easier. Also, I was like it's just all that stuff is it's tricky to say with some of that stuff too, because usually when you're gonna wear all that stuff, it is when you have the bigger lifts and you're just like mentally preparing.
Yeah,
if you're going in on your deload week.
Oh.
And you're not wearing any of that shit. You're also mentally kind of like, wow, this is just kind of a
lot of times on deload week, I'm like, this feels heavier than it did last week. And it's like 50% of what I just did.
But a lot of that's just your mental state.
Right.
You just know
so
you don't need
unmotivated.
to get,
I shouldn't say unmotivated, but just so uninspired to go
Unhyped.
lift. Yeah, like nothing weights.
Okay, do you want to see what the poll was?
Yeah,
then?
yeah, I'd love to know this.
Let's figure this out here. Yeah, as of now, 850 people have viewed it.
20 people have replied.
Looks like about 300 and some people have answered. Okay. So good sample size.
Yeah.
What do you think the number one is?
I think it's belt.
Yes, it's belt. What do you think? So there's three choices: belt, shoes, knee sleeves. What do you think the percentage that belt took is?
Oh, God.
Of the pie.
It's got to be at least 50.
Yes, 56%.
Okay.
Which I think is a fair number. That's fair.
Yep.
Number two, do you have a guess?
I think it's going to be knee sleeves.
It is knee sleeves, but barely edging out shoes.
Okay.
I'm actually surprised almost how close it is, but I could see it. 23% knee sleeves and 21% shoes.
Oh, wow. Okay, so people are pretty damn split on that other one then.
Yep. And shoes, it depends on how you interpret shoes, because if you're like, I'm going to go out in squishy, squishy running shoes versus just anything that's good for squatting.
Okay, yeah.
Some people could be thinking of that too.
Yeah, I can see how that would, that thought process would change how you think of it, yeah.
Right. But I agree with what the poll says, honestly, other than I would probably even weight knee sleeves more heavy than the poll, but could be interpretation of the question too.
Yeah.
So we end the poll disagree with Alan.
Man, someone needs to have a talk with that guy.
We might have to we talked about, do we call him for just a couple minutes to get him on for this? Maybe we'll do follow-up some week.
Justify his position.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard to have a debate with someone when you don't let them voice their side of the... When I'm going off memory from a 20-second clip I watched a week ago of what he said.
That's the best way to form your opinions on people.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's an interesting question, though.
Yeah.
And a hell of a title topic, if I don't say so myself.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of soundtracks, this is old news, and I just don't think we ever talked about it on the podcast, but probably an unpopular opinion, but I've watched a ton of kids shows in my life, having 4 of them. For the last 14 years, I've watched kids movies and kids shows, and
every one of them.
I can usually spot the better ones and the worst ones from a ways away. But I gotta say, as far as a soundtrack goes on a kids movie, the K-pop Demon Hunters is quite the soundtrack.
It freaking slaps, man.
It's quite the thing that they put together there. I see why it did what it did.
Yeah,
and this is not new. This is something I thought about bringing up months ago. But.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this in the car a little bit, I think, when we were in Nashville. But yeah, I remember the first time. So my kids love it. Like they think it's amazing. And I remember kind of the first time we had seen it, being thinking, damn, some of those songs are pretty catchy. And then the kids were, I don't know, I think we had it on in one of the songs out in the car, and then they were out to where I could actually think for myself for a moment. And I'm like, all right, let's throw on Golden and really listen to this. I'm like, yep, that's just everything you need in a pop song right there. That just checks all the boxes. Whether you like that style of music or not, you can't deny that they did the job of making an incredibly catchy pop song. Like they got that down. And formula pretty much hits for or works for all the other ones too.
Yeah, I've never really paid attention to more than a couple minutes at a time of the movie. I mean, it's seen it on.
Yeah, I've never sat down and got
just
to actually just watch it in its entirety, because that's how most kids' movies are. Is you're constantly.
I don't even really know what the plot is at all. If I'm being, I don't even know. It's like they're like a pop star.
Yeah,
team
they're like
of superheroes
superheroes
that take on.
Yeah, but they're like the demon
I don't know.
hunters, and there's like this like age old thing of the demons. Like then they're
I don't
the
even
ones
know
that kind
about
of fight
that.
them and hold them off.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. I think like the movie. I think is good. Like they do a good job of like having the anime style with like the CG, or with the 3D animation, all that. Like, but yeah, the songs, man, they're on another level.
I mean, they play them on the radio as like.
So that's how you know your movie
pop songs.
Yeah, that's how you know your soundtrack and your movie did good, is when they just chart.
Yeah. That's all I had on K-pop Demon Hunters for this episode.
Big K-pop guy over here.
Yeah. My first exposure to K-pop.
Okay. I got a little equipment update here. I don't know if this is a little insider information for people that don't know, but you and I have a little Facebook group with Paul and Bryce where they're just constantly sending us. Actually, this is worth noting. Okay, Paul and Bryce constantly send us things on Facebook Marketplace. Like 8 out of 10 of them have nothing to do with lifting. They're just the most random ass things ever. And what that does is it completely destroys your marketplace algorithm, because it just thinks you're into the weirdest antique shit that you're not into. And
but you got to look at every
you
every time.
can't not look at it. But yeah, it's just like the weirdest stuff. I mean, one of the coolest things actually that they sent was it like 2 weeks ago, somewhere out in Pennsylvania. Bryce found it was a WWE wrestler China bowling ball.
Well, yeah.
China, the 8th wonder of the world, or whatever it said on it.
Yes.
But I mean, it's just a crazy collection of. It's a very curated list of items, but they do occasionally send some lifting related items. And I think a week ago they sent Ohio Power Bar Bare Steel in Sioux Falls for $150, which is a good deal on its own, but I don't want another bar. I'm not looking for one. Then this week they sent that it was $100, and I'm like, well, a Bare Steel Power Bar, an Ohio Power Bar for $100, like it's kind of almost too good to not do it.
It's just cannot afford not to. Where it's like you could sell it to someone for $150.
I
if you
know.
really wanted to,
I mean, I also don't want to mess with that, but
right.
I mean, then they were kind of peer pressuring me on it, like, Tommy, you got to do this, and I was just like, no, I'm not even going to entertain the idea. And then I'm like, okay, I just got to find a reason, because they planted the bug. I'm like, I got to find a reason to not get this. So I messaged the lady. I want to be like, how long have you had this bar? Like, what's it like? And I just want her to say bad things so I don't even have to think about it. And she's like, we've had it about 3 years, and it's just been very lightly used. And you can see there's just a little bit of rust right where your hands go.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And then like, well, I'll just wait a day or two. And then when it's gone, I won't have to worry about it. And I waited a day or two, and it wasn't gone. So I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
I have to message her now. And I'm like, okay, I think I'll come get that. And said, okay, yep, sounds good. And I went and picked it up today. And yeah, it's pretty much a like new Rogue Ohio Power Bar. Like, I feel like the test you can do for how much wear and tear a barbell has is touch where the collar, or touch where the shaft hits the J cups.
Yeah.
And if that's smooth, it's had some miles on it. If
like most of the bars at Massenomics Gym where they're completely smooth.
Don't
to
plan
the
on
touch
gripping
there.
a barbell at Massenomics within like 3 inches of the collars, because there's nothing left there. But you touch there, and it's just like, it actually is just brand new, like that spot.
Yeah.
And I got it home, and I just did a really quick just cleaning up of it with just the barbell rescue brush. And then I threw a little bit of 3-in-1 oil on it.
Discount code Massenomics.
Yeah, exactly, yes. And I mean, it's pretty much like new.
Did a lot of the rust come off? It didn't
Quite a bit of
bad
it came
enough,
off,
but
and now it's just sort of just I could do the deeper cleaning of where you're.
Right.
But once you take the rust off, it kind of just leaves darker spots there anyways when you put some oil on it. But it's so weird. Like, I've only used Texas bars for the last like almost 2 years.
Yep.
You know, that's the only bar I've used, and it's a brand new 29 millimeter Texas Power Bar, and that Texas deadlift bar from Carp, which is essentially brand new too. And those things are so sharp. Like, they are sharp. And it's just weird when I grab the Ohio Power Bar how dull it feels. It's not dull. Like, it still is grippy, but it feels dull because it doesn't have that really aggressive bite that the newer Texas bars do. So yeah, it'll be a fun one to add into the mix, and I'm be interested to try it out here for a few lifts and just feel what that difference is on the actual performance when it comes to using it, because I'm so used to the Texas bars at this point.
You didn't try and knock her down below the $100 mark. You'd be like,
I mean, I probably
80?
could have, but at this point, I'm like, you're down to $100. Like, I just like, screw it, whatever. Let's just get this done.
They didn't have a sweet home gym set up or something, did they?
Well, I kind of think they do, but it was in their basement, and they took it out, and they had it waiting in the garage for me. So I didn't, and it's one of those things where I always wonder when I show up, where they'd be like, "Oh, Massenomics," but I don't. But they didn't say anything, and I don't want to bring it up like, "Oh, let me tell you about what I do here, people."
Right.
So it's just like, "Oh, sweet bar." Like, "Yep, hasn't been used much." I go, "I'll put it to good use. Here's your money," and then that's it. Like, it was done. So.
Okay.
I was also hoping they would say, like, they actually don't live in Sioux Falls. They live 20 minutes away. And I'm like,
right.
Or 20 minutes
I don't have to get
outside of Sioux Falls. And like, well,
right.
I don't need to drive an hour to go get this thing. And it just so happened to be like, I mean, it was on the opposite end of town, but kind of sort of worked to go get my kids on the way to daycare, pick this up. So it was just.
Couldn't afford not to, though.
Couldn't afford not to. So I've already dipped $100 into that $1,000 bet for the year. 10% of the way, and we're only a week out.
I take the over.
You took the over. Yes, I took the under.
Okay.
So I only have $900 left in my budget for the next 50 weeks.
Yes. Okay. Sports and books.
There's some sports and books. There's been sports happening. There's been books happening. I did finish The Body by Stephen King, which is what Stand By Me was based on.
Was it better or worse than Shawshank?
I liked Shawshank Redemption more. I did like it more, but The Body, it's just a different style of book. It's the whole kind of, it's the whole thing of the reminiscing of having your buddies when you're like 12 years old and you're just rummaging around through the neighborhoods and, where we live, going out into the country, running through some creek. Like, it's like, it's like the whole boyhood thing. And then it like ties into the thing of, kind of maturity and like kind of sort of losing your innocence to the world, as the world moves on, and kind of, how you do and don't keep friendships with people that you thought were your best friends in the world when you were 12. Like, you're the only person of course we'll be best friends forever. And then you're like, a year later, I don't know, do I even know that guy? Like, it's just like, it's just dealing with such different topics. And that's what makes it so good. And I've actually never seen the movie. I've seen parts of the movie before. There's some iconic scenes from it.
Movie. I know the movie. And,
so that was the thing. There's some iconic scenes from it, so you kind of know what's going to happen at certain parts. But I mean, it is a classic for a reason, and it is. I didn't realize. So like this whole thing of Rob Reiner getting murdered this week. He's the one that directed Stand By Me, which is the movie. So kind of a weird tie-in with the fact that I just finished that book, and then like that happened like the next day. But
almost like you're connected.
Almost like we're good. But I would highly recommend it to anyone. It's a short, quick read, like 180 pages. So you can get through that one pretty fast. Got done with that, and I have started Ready Player One. That's next on the list, and be working through that one.
I'm just finished Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Oh, for real?
Well, yeah, because I read it to my oldest daughter every night before bed.
Oh.
Or most nights before bed.
Wait, is the Sorcerer's Stone the first one? Or
first one?
Okay.
I gotta say, I've seen the movies.
Wait,
like,
had you ever read the
them.
book before?
No, I've never read any of the books.
Okay.
And a lot of stuff, I haven't watched the movie recently, but a lot of stuff in the book, I'm like, I do not remember the movie like addressing some of these things, like where the book just seemed a little different than the movie to me. But I haven't seen the movies recently enough, and I might only just remember certain parts of the movie and just
blanked out on some of this other stuff, but pretty good read, that Harry Potter.
The reason they've sold a few of them
Yeah,
over time.
yeah. But it is good, and I've never read them before. But
I read them right when they came. Well, the first 3 right when they came out, which was
Yeah.
would have been when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, probably like
yeah,
right in that time. And then I never read another one. It was like I moved on with my life, and I felt like it didn't interest me anymore. And even there, like I think I saw the first movie and maybe the second, and that's it for my Harry Potter. But like I have buddies that are like obsessed with all of it. They've read the books multiple times,
Yeah.
listened to the audiobooks, watched the movies countless times, and I've never done it.
and we've got all the books, so that's the
Yeah.
at least for the time being, we're gonna just continue. It takes a long time
Oh, I would
to read a whole book when I read 10 minutes 4 nights a week.
Yeah.
But but
like I mean, we're talking several weeks here, right? Like
months really. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes but I like it a lot better than reading the same little books 1,000 times,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and also, so Annie's
she's in second grade,
okay.
so
yeah, so she's
of an
can
age
actually
where
follow too, though.
Yeah,
Like where the
Annie
little
likes
books
it a lot. Ada does not like when we
Yeah.
do Harry Potter because she would rather we read
something with pictures and
Nibbles or the Cool Bean or whatever.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
insert
the stuff
child
that I'm
story here.
right. So yeah, that's but sports. This actually, we hadn't touched on this in quite some time. We made it to the playoffs of the Massenomics Fantasy Football League.
I was hoping that that's what this update was about.
Everyone wants to. I've been hearing a lot of comments like, "Gosh,
Yeah.
you haven't updated us on your fantasy football team for a
People are
long
just
time."
dying to know. Like we go, how did this shake out?
Well, the main reason why if you're not getting an update on someone's fantasy football team, you know why that is?
Because they're not doing good.
They're not doing good, of course. And the people whose fantasy football team's doing well, you hear about them. They don't shut the hell up about it.
Yeah.
The people that don't talk about it are the people whose team sucks. And my team started tanking, so I didn't want to talk about fantasy football.
Okay, all right. So who's?
So I did. This weekend ended our first round of the playoffs, so I did make it into the playoffs still. Even with I was had a pretty big. I was like in first for a while, so I think I lost like 4 out of 5 weeks in a row, and I still made the playoffs because I was still
Built
I
up
had
such a lead.
Yeah, and made it into the first round, and that is over, and I lost in the first round. So
okay.
I am out. It's down to the final 4 now.
So who do we got left?
We got, let me pull it up. Chris Mark is the front runner. He
won
won last
year, right?
year's
Yeah.
league.
Okay, so he's
And
just
now
good.
this year with 2 leagues, he's winning. He's the man to beat in the league again. Like it's going to be hard. He finished the league with the most points. I think I was still second, but he ended up being first by quite a margin. So we got, and this is for a Hall of Fame check mark.
Yeah, that's why there's
as a
something on the line
contest
here.
win. So I lost to Big Cam,
Mhm.
the Toronto Agronauts. Big Debo barely beat Big Paul from Ohio.
Oh,
So then now the 2 buys were Chris Mark, which is the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, and Chris Daminger, which is Lift Hard, Flush Harder. So now those final 4, it's Chris versus Debo.
okay.
And then
So
those
there
to
could
decide
be
and-
someone could still potentially be getting a win a contest check mark here.
I don't know that any of these has Chris Daminger won a contest.
I'm not sure.
And
I
has
possibly
Chris
could have
Mark?
won
I
an
don't think
Instagram
he-
contest back.
I
in the
don't
day,
think
but
any of these 4 guys have won a contest.
Well, did Chris Mark last year?
Chris Mark, yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
That's what. He's
So as
the only
long
one
as
that could
he
spoil
doesn't
it for
win,
someone,
yeah, but he's the kind of the guy to beat too.
yeah.
And the more interesting part is, so we're in the A league.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah, I
But
forgot there's a B league.
It's
now.
been decided 4 teams get relegated that are going
And
down.
4 guys get to bump up.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's official who the 4 going up are, because I think that depends on how they finish in the. I think it's the top 4. And I can't see the lower league, so I don't know. Well,
Okay.
follow up on
So there'll
who
be
got
some
bumped
updates
down.
there.
Yeah, but 4 teams. I know Scott Dodds is. I think he finished almost last in the league, so I think pretty sure Scott Dodds and Keith are
in
both going down.
trouble.
They're both getting bumped
Getting
down to the B
demoted.
League. And I think maybe Jake the Snake is also on
Oh,
the
boy.
cutting block for the ones that are. I
Does
think
the
those
B
guys
League
are on the-
winning count as a winner? Has that been determined?
No.
Okay.
No, that is the subdivision.
Gotta be in the top
that is-
dogs,
yeah. You would have to win, getting out of the B League and getting a check mark win is a 2-year commitment because you got to make it into the A League and then win the A League.
And then put it all together again. Yeah.
So I'm not getting sent down at least because the
That's all that
embarrassing
matters.
the really embarrassing thing is if you're
Oh.
getting sent down to the
Could
B-
you imagine
the lower
something
league,
more embarrassing than that? I couldn't imagine
going to the fantasy football
Imagine
B League.
showing your face in the Discord after you got demoted to the B League.
Like, oh, you're with those B League guys? Oh,
Just talk about
embarrassing.
public shaming. I'd have a hard time showing up in an internet chat room ever again after that.
I'm wondering what the interest level is next year. We'll have to go to a we'll have to go to a
C
3 league where you can actually get, if you're in the B, you could actually have the threat of going
demoted
down to
again.
C or going up to A. So like the B League, really only a third of them would even stay B Leaguers in a given year. Where it's like odds are you're either going up or down.
But how many people are in a league right now? What's
12.
you could bump that up though, couldn't you?
Like do more.
Yeah, you could do more teams, couldn't you?
Not
Or is
really.
that- is that about
The
limit for
rosters end up.
fantasy?
Yeah, the rosters end up sucking because you're running back and wide receiver. Like
The choices
when
just get
each
so
team,
thin.
when each team has 4 running backs and
Okay.
4 wide receivers or 5 on their roster, you
Yeah.
you
I don't
end
know
up
if people
having
maybe
like
ever got to 16 teams in a thing, but that really wouldn't even help.
they
you out.
might, but the talent would suck.
But there's going to be some definite B teamers in the
Yes,
in the mix.
yes. Yeah, that would be there's probably leagues like that out there, but you'd really have to
Yeah.
you'd really be scrounging for players.
All right. Well,
That's the
looking
That's
for the
some great
looking
fantasy
forward to the
football update.
2026 C League. Whoever.
well. I like the idea of someone getting demoted all the way to the C League. Then,
just
or like maybe it's like even if you're in A League, whoever gets dead last, they don't even get bumped down to B.
just have to
The
work.
very dead last, they have to go all the way to C.
It's just a multi-year commitment they've just signed up for, of like working their way back.
Working your way out of the C hole. Yeah. Like, God, be making fun of me for years.
Never lived this one down.
That's fantasy football. More updates. I suppose we'll have a champion in 2 weeks, and we can. Oh, yeah. Got to get the Champions Award ready too. I suppose we'll go the traditional dagger. Usually, as is tradition, the winner of the Massenomics Fantasy Football League receives a dagger. Maybe the B team winner will get just something shitty, like something purposely shitty,
like a wiffle ball bat or something.
yeah, yes, something like intentionally bad.
Yeah. But still personalized.
Yes, but like the worst personalized thing you can get.
Yeah.
On Etsy.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. I did watch my first television show I haven't really finished it, but I did start watching my first television show at least 2 or 3 months. Like the first time I sat down and turned the TV on to put something on for me to watch. I'm kind of in the process. I'll probably actually never finish it at this point because I'll never come up again that I have the spare time. But I was watching the Diddy, the 50 Cent Diddy documentary.
That was the one you settled on, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, how am I going to make my return to television?
It's
with
this 50 Cent Diddy
documentary?
documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, the Diddy documentary.
Is it pretty crazy?
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess it just highlighted how much I didn't know or had forgotten. The most interesting part to me was just the West Coast, East Coast rap.
Yeah, the rivalry and
the rivalry. Also, I mean, obviously how terrible Diddy is.
Yeah.
But just it was like, I'm like, oh, I was alive for that and not that young.
Right.
You know,
like
just
old enough to like kind of know sort of what was going on, like a little bit.
Right.
Like, yeah.
But also how old those people are, because a lot of people they're interviewing about it. And I'm like,
oh, you guys are old. Like they all have gray hair.
Right.
And I'm like,
yeah,
which
you were
is
in
the
your
other weird
20s
part
in
where
the early 90s, and that was 30 years ago. So it's like, yeah, you're like 55 to 70.
yeah, exactly. Which that was the other weird part. I'm like, oh, it seems odd. Like the age thing here seems, that was another takeaway from it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a valid takeaway.
Yeah, and I just didn't really know much of it. I can't say I followed Diddy's career that well as maybe what I found out. I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't really understand what was going on here.
Yeah, I don't
Like Bad Boy, the label and stuff. I just don't know about that stuff. So
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't. I mean, he was always around like that. But that was the
Right.
thing. That's the thing is he was always
That is-
around. Like that's kind of also plays into the thing.
well, that's kind of his thing.
I know, and
You
I remember
know.
it must have been. When was I probably when I had like Sirius XM radio or something, and I don't know, on one of the talk shows or something. This would have been probably like 2010.
Right.
And someone being like, the weird thing about Diddy is anyone he's ever worked with has either died or like disappeared for, like, they're talking about like the Notorious B.I.G. and like
Yeah.
Mace and I don't know, they're going on. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, anyone he's ever worked with is just like somehow like he keep staying relevant, and then these other people just like either die or like disappear. And yeah, eventually I guess
a lot of that
that might catch up
storyline
to
is
you,
covered
maybe.
in the, a lot of that is covered in the documentary.
like Mace found God or something. Like, didn't he become a pastor? I think it was something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It's an interesting show, I guess. I don't even know if it's good, but
You'll find out. You'll find
Yeah.
out soon enough.
so that's my one bit of television recap.
Yeah, I don't really have. Really, the only update I have is something. I don't know what I was watching, or something was talking about the first season of True Detective, and I'm like, God, I might have to just go watch that again. It's been a few years. It's just that damn
I
good.
could get persuaded into watching
It's
that.
just too.
That wasn't that long.
Probably when Dylan always sends me just True Detective memes and stuff, and
It is. That is a freaking good show. I'm glad you talked me into that one. I'll never fall victim to The Wire of getting caught into that, but
well, there's
there's
just a
no
difference
way The
between-
Wire is as good as True Detective.
Well, it's in different ways though. I mean, it's like you can only pack so many action-packed moments into an 8-hour show versus an 80-hour show. Like you can't.
Right.
Like it has to.
That is
just,
kind of the difference, I guess.
yeah. Like
right?
it can just be like hyped up to the max when it's 8 episodes. Like it can just be crazy. Like
Yeah.
doing 80
Every
episodes of that would
episode,
just be
you're like, oh my God.
exhausting. You'd
yeah, you're
like have a heart
stop.
attack. Like,
Yeah.
I need to tap out. It's too much. But along those lines, Dylan did send me like a meme, and it was like the only two guys that can get me to watch TV. Or no, I think it was like who I want to see in True Detective season 5 or something. And it
Yeah.
was Nathan Fielder, and then what's the I Think You Should Leave guy, Tim Robbins.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
like it's so insane because it would be so stupid, but
Yes.
yep, I'd be watching that.
Well, see, Dylan sends me a lot of Band of Brothers content,
Ah,
and
yeah.
I'm not even lying. I would just, and I don't think it was. I don't think he sent me this today. I think it just popped up on mine, but it was someone at like the Foxhole at Bastogne where there's a really big scenes and episodes and like today they were there, or like modern time, like the Foxholes are still there.
Yep.
He's like standing in it, and I'm like, man, I could really watch Band of Brothers again.
I do need to watch. I need to watch it. I do need to.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to just make it happen.
I could watch it. I could go turn it on right now if I didn't have the other things to do all the time. I could go put it on. I would love to. It's actually the funny memes he sends me is it's just like dads stand. You know how like dads stand.
Oh yeah, stand to
It
watch
means like
TV.
they won't even like sit down. It's like
Yeah.
the thing's like, why can't you just go to bed? And it's a dad like sleeping in a kitchen chair.
Yeah.
It's like a dad just like has to just walk by the TV but instead of sitting down and watching it, they'll just stand and watch it for like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like just doing that to Band of Brothers,
Yep.
which I could relate to. Band of Brothers. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but heck of a program.
Real classic.
Yes. You know what else is good programming? The
Hmm.
Massenomics YouTube channel.
Yes, it is.
The Cesny, what is it? The Conjugate Basement DIY
tour inspired
Dude,
by West Side.
I was telling you, we filmed that, 2 months ago now, maybe more even. I don't know. Time just drifts on by. I don't even know anything anymore, but long enough that I couldn't remember hardly any of the details from the video. And when I went back and watched it, I'm like, damn, I forgot how much stuff Matt made. Pretty much every spot in that gym, he had custom made something for. And if you are into conjugate lifting at all or DIY gym projects, you will definitely find something in that video that will interest you.
I am excited. I'm going to watch. I might even watch it tonight before I go to bed, just because I want to see that so bad. Leave us a comment on that. Give that tour a watch and leave us a comment there. The likes, comments, and hype all help. Also, leave us a comment on this video. Let us know about the title topic, a timestamp fury, whatever it is that you want to comment. And then make sure to check out Barefoot Shoes. They're flat, they're wide, they're no-nonsense shoes that just let your feet do what you want feet to do. There's not a bunch of squishy foam, weird heels. They are not toe prisons like you might be used to in normal everyday shoes. These are the real deal. They're great for deadlifts, doing any lifts in the gym, or just wearing around all day. I wear them to work every day, and I'll tell you what, my toes never feel like they're in a prison. We've been wearing them for training at Massenomics. We've been wearing from traveling on our gym tours, long days in the gym, outside of the gym, everywhere you go, barefoot shoes. Even if you're trudging around through feet of snow in Crew Falls meetup, I wear my barefoot Bruin boots, and not a bit of snow got through those things. So check out their boots, Oso shoes, Ursa shoes, their full collection at barefoot.store. Use discount code Massenomics. It'll save you 10% on anything that you purchase there. Did you see my new barefoot shoes display case?
I did.
Jim?
That's
For
nice. Did you
for
order that or what?
Yeah, I ordered a shoe display
It didn't
case
just magically show up on the wall in the gym.
No, ordered that display case for the original prototype pair of the Ursanomics.
Yeah, looks good on there.
It looks pretty sweet. I might need a little tap light inside there to really
take it
set
to the
things
next level.
off. Yeah, really go to the next level.
Yeah.
But it'll do for now.
This episode is also brought to you by Juggernaut AI. Since 2009, Juggernaut has been your trusted training resource, helping tens of thousands of lifters reach their goals. From beginners to world champions, Juggernaut AI can help you. Here is how the app works. First, you download it to your phone. That's how apps work. You got to have a phone to use them on. Once it's on your phone, you can tell the system all about yourself and your goals. It's going to ask questions about your age, your training style, your body weight, how many days a week you want to train, all that stuff, preferred training styles if you have any. And from there, it's going to spit out an individualized program made just for you. Once you get that program, you're going to report back to it after every set, tell it how you're doing. Even on the day of, you're going to tell it how you're feeling going into your lifts. You're going to report back after your session's done, and it is going to make adjustments for you every step of the way to give you the best program for you. That means on the days you're not feeling too hot, it's going to dial things back a little bit so you can manage it. And on the days you're feeling good, it'll also crank it up a little bit so you can take advantage of those days. And that's just a couple of the ways that it adjusts to give you peak performance. If you're interested in trying Juggernaut AI, make sure to head on over to juggernautai.app. That is their website. And you can use code Massenomics to save 10% on the lifetime of your membership. Juggernautai.app, code Massenomics will save you. Thank you, Juggernaut AI.
We are putting some wrapping up touches on the plans for the 2026 Lift Hard Live Easy powerlifting meet and registration. We're talking with the meet director later this week to get that date set. We think we might push it to January. Actually, it might be the very beginning of January. The sign up registration will open, and that'll be open to first just to supporting members and gym members too. But supporting members will get like a week of that first, and if it sells out to all of them, nobody else gets a shot. But registration, people have been asking. We think it's probably going to wait till January just because we're not in a big rush for that, and we'd rather kind of
only gives people 7 months to prepare. But I think
I
think most people will still get by somehow.
Right. So when we record next week, we might be able to officially put out what the
registration open date is, but it's looking like maybe about that first week in January, something like that roughly. We want to give people a little heads up for it and make sure that the supporting members have a chance to fill up all the spots before normies can get in on it. Anything else for this week? Get the drop stuff, right?
Yeah.
Buy something from the drop. Sales have been great at Massenomics.com, so thanks for everyone that's been supporting.
Yeah, I mean, if something's in stock, buy it because there's a good chance it won't be if you wait a week or two.
Yes. All right, Tommy, where do they find you at?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can follow me at Tanner_Bear. Just make sure to follow Massenomics at Massenomics.
See ya.